All right, so for today's meeting class, no, our topic, no, what we are going to discuss is about the capital asset pricing model, okay, or the CAPM. Okay, so before we proceed with that, so let me just introduce first myself. No, so I am Dean Maria Romana Daguio. I am the Dean of ABE Fairview, AB International Business College Fairview Campus. So I am the assigned OLC in this course, no, capital markets. Okay, so as to the objectives of our lesson for today, we are going to discuss the definition of CAPM, or the capital asset pricing model. We try to determine where are we going to use this, no? How to compute the CAPM, no? So on and so forth. So those are two main objectives of our discussion today. So I only got 8 slides for today's virtual meeting, but rest assured that you're going to, or you will be able to know how to compute this CAPM at the end of the discussion. Okay, so let us proceed. Okay, okay. So first, we have to define first what is capital asset pricing model, or the so-called CAPM. Okay? Am I loud and clear, class? Loud and clear naman
Yes
ako sa
po,
inyo.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige.
Yes, ma'am.
Basically, class, the so-called CAPM, no? Um, it shows the relationship between the market risk and then the expected return. So meaning to say, we are trying to compute how the investment react with the or how sensitive the investment is with regards to the factors in the market. Okay, so again, CAPM, it shows the relationship between the market risk, no? Meaning to say, ano ba yung existing na risk sa market na papasukin natin, and with regards to the expected return, meaning to say, ano yung inaasahan natin na makukuha yield out of our investment. Okay, so that's basically the definition of capital asset pricing model. So capital asset pricing model, guys, is being used, no, to compute further returns, no, just like halimbawa sa bonds, no. Let's try to compute our expected return, no, in several years example. So later on I will have an example for this. Okay, so with regards to the formula, no, formula in getting the cap M class, no, formula in getting the cap M, we have this formula. Okay, so nakikita nyo, RA equals RF plus B, open parenthesis, RM minus RF. Okay, so let us discuss, or let's try to break it down, no, to make this a bit simpler. Okay, so RF stands for risk free rate. Okay, so risk free rate, eto yung ibig sabihin, class, ng RF. So ano naman ang RA? RA, class, is return on assets. Okay? Return on assets ang ibig sabihin yan. So we are trying to compute the return on assets. Okay? So the formula is RF. RF stands for risk-free rate. So in this particular example, class, we will be using the 10-year treasury note. Okay? When you say treasury note, class, this is a security issued normally by a government, class, no, to form part of the capital that will be used in certain projects, no. So government usually, class, ang nag-i-issue ng treasury notes. Okay, so next, what is B? Okay, so this symbol, class, no, uh, a Greek symbol that stands for beta. Okay, so beta here, class, shows the relationship between our investment and then the market. Okay, like for example, we try to invest in a stock. Okay, so stock nino, halimbawa in our example is stock of Apple and stock of Facebook. So basically, class, the market beta, yung given na ha, is 1.0. So this is given most of the time, class, no? Market beta meaning to say ito yung sensitivity ng um, particular investment, no, in the market. Okay? So market beta is normally equal to 1, okay? 1.0. Okay? So in our example, Apple has 0.99 and Facebook is 1.2. So what do you mean by that? Okay. So the closer, class, the beta of a particular firm, like for example, the Apple 0.99, the closer the beta, no, to the market beta, okay, meaning to say it almost follows, or it is somehow similar to the movement of the market. Halimbawa, tumaas ang value ng stock sa market. So etong si Apple, close siya sa 1, okay? So siya ay halos susunod lang dun sa movement ng stock sa market. Okay? So sabi nga dito, class, the greater the beta of a firm, no, greater than 1, ibig sabihin nun, greater than ang kanyang systematic risk. Pag lower than 1, okay, lesser din ang kanyang systematic risk. In our example, class, sino dito ang may ah, pinaka-sensitive or has a greater systematic risk? So as you can see, class, Facebook is more than 1.2. So meaning to say, Facebook is much sensitive, no, to the movement of stocks in the market as compared to Apple. Okay? So, mas sensitive siya sa market, class ng more than 2% kasi 1.2 siya. Ito naman si Apple, lesser siya ng 1% because it only have 0.99% beta. Okay? To proceed. Okay, another item, class, no, or factor in this formula is the RM. Okay? RM stands for expected return of the market. So, if you may wondering, class, what is this line, no? Refer to, meaning to say, eto nakikita natin na ito, na linya, guhit sa ibabaw, is simply estimation. Estimate lang po ito. Okay? So, meaning to say, the expected return of the market is just an estimation. Okay? So, are we going to get this expected return of market? Normally, class, we get this, no? It's either in analyst estimates, yung mga researchers, kung magkano nila tinatayan yung magiging return of the market, or sometimes it is based in historical average. Okay? So, in our particular example, we get this 9% in the last 10 years historical average. Okay? So, given this data, class, given this data, okay, let us try to compute, no, the return on assets for both Apple and Facebook. Example lang ito, ha, how to compute. So let us simply substitute, no, substitute the given. Okay? So RF, okay? So RF, ano nga uli ang RF, no? Risk free rate. Okay? So in our example, no, balik tayo dito. Our risk-free rate is, can you see, class? 3%. Maybe you could jot down, class, kasi later on, we will have some exercises. Ano, I'll ask you to solve, no, exactly as this one. Okay? Like this one. Okay? So, better jot down kung ano ibig sabihin ng RF, no, etc. Okay, going back. So our RF here is 3%. Okay, so let us simply substitute it. No, so RF 3% plus beta. No, beta of Apple in our example is 0.99. Then RM, no, market return, estimated market return is 9%. Ito yun, 9%. Then, DRF, which is 3%. Okay, so what I want you to do, okay, is try to solve this one. No, I want you to come up with this answer. Okay, 8.9. Okay, you try to solve it now, class. Okay, 3% plus 0.99, okay, times the difference between 9% and 3. Okay. So for you to do that, okay, you have to you have to convert this percent class into decimal. So the conversion of this 3% to decimal is how much? 3% is
0.03.
0.03, ma'am.
0.0.
0.03.
Okay,
03.
sige, very good.
3.
Then plus 0.99 times 5 ay 6% rather kasi 9% minus 3 equals 6%. So again, convert that
Yes.
6% into decimal. Okay, for you to get the 8.9%. So tell me class, if you already computed the 8.9 for Apple and 10.2 for Facebook. So just follow class this formula. You have to remember, class, that the only difference on these two is the beta of each firm. Apple has a beta of 0.99 and Facebook got 1.2 beta. So that's the only difference in these two given equation. Okay, so who got the 8.9 already? Anna? Okay, you got it? Okay, very good. How about Princess? You got the
Yes, ma'am.
8.9%. Okay, that's nice.
Yes.
How about the others? Okay, Kathy, how is it going there? Irene, you got it? Okay, nice. Okay, so basically, this is just what you are going to do later on. Okay, you simply convert this percentage. No, so if you see any percentage given in an equation, no, you simply convert it into decimal. So 3% is equivalent to 0.03%. Okay, so 9 minus 3 equals 6% or 0.06%. So compute it, no, 0.03 plus 0.99 multiply to 0.06. So you will be getting 8.9%. Okay? So next. Okay. So since we already have the CAPM, no, for Facebook and for Apple. Okay, so the next question now is, where are we going to use this CAPM? Okay, so CAPM class is being used to compute naman the WACC, or short for weighted average cost of capital. Okay, wherein WACC again can be used naman in discounted cash flow calculation. So in our example class, we will be using this CAPM to compute the cost of equity. Kasi class, in WACC, we can compute the cost of equity, or another one is the cost of debt. Okay, so in our particular example, we are going to compute, no, the cost of equity. Okay, meaning to say the amount that you are investing. Okay, so okay, for example, we will be getting a cash flow of $1,000 for each company in 2 years. Okay? Expected natin na magkakaroon tayo ng 1,000 each. Okay? Applying the discount factor that we have computed a while ago. Remember, class, the the computed CAPM for Facebook, which is 8.9. Okay, you simply that 8.9%, you simply convert it again to decimal, and then you're going to add a constant one. So where will that one came from? So remember our market amount earlier, equivalent to 1. Okay, so you add 1 to the converted cap M of the firm 1, okay, which is 8.9. So 8.9, no, if you're going to convert that into decimal, that would give you 0.089. Why 4? Kasi actually when you compute that, may remainder pa na 4. So binuo lang natin dito. Okay? So that would give you 1.0894. Okay? Saan naman galing ito? Where did we get this 2? Okay, this 2 here, class, simply came from the cash flow for 2 years. That is given. Here it is, 2 years. Okay, so all you have to do, class, is multiply this one, no, 2 times. So meaning to say 1.0894, no, multiply to itself, no, 2 times, no, and then answer for that, divide it to 1,000. That will give you 842.61. Okay, same thing here. Okay, so we simply convert the 10.2 percentage for the Facebook, no, which gives us 0.102. We simply add 1, so that makes 1.02. Then we multiply it to itself 2 times because of the 2 years here, no. Then the answer for that, divide it in 1,000, and give you that will give you 823.43. Okay, so what I want you to do now is you try to compute it for yourself, and let's see if you got 842.61 and 823.43 for the Facebook. Okay, do it now, class. Again, saan nakuha ang I want to hear, no, kung naintindihan, saan nakuha ang 1.0894? Saan nakuha ang 1.0894? Princess? Where did we get
Bali,
this?
add lang po yung 1 sa F. Inad po yung 1, ma'am. Tapos dun sa FB na 8.9.
Oo. Kinonvert natin yung 8.9 into decimal.
9 into decimal.
And then we simply add 1 to that. Okay, very
add
good.
1.
Okay. Did you get the 842.61?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Okay, how about 823.43?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you mean by that? Okay, we already computed that. It gave us 842.61 for Apple, and then 823.43 for Facebook. So what do we mean by that? Para saan ba itong computation natin? So meaning to say, no, we all know, class, that the cash today, no, is more valuable, no, today than it is in the next 2 years. Meaning to say, mas mahalaga or may halaga ang pera natin today kaysa sa pera natin in the next 2 years. So, we compute this simply to know, okay, the present value of our money today than it is in 2 years. Okay? So, for us to come up with 1,000 in next 2 years, okay, we need to invest 842.61. Okay, today. Okay? So, magkano ang kikitain natin in 2 years? So, you simply subtract 842.61 in 1,000. Okay? So, yun ang magiging difference ng pera mo in the next 2 years. Okay? So, Dito naman kay Facebook, okay? So mas ano siya, mas mababa ang value niya today, no? So 823.42. So meaning to say, you have you can buy a stock, no, worth 1,000 for only 823.42 43 rather today. Okay? Rather than paying it, no, for 1,000 in 2 years, might as well buy it now for just 8,234.43. You get my point, class? So we are using this class to estimate, okay? So, kesa bilhin mo siya after 2 years ng halagang 1,000 each, okay? Might as well buy it now for just a lesser amount. So this is the use class of computing CAPM, Capital Asset Pricing Model. Okay? Clear? Question? Simple lang naman
Yes
eh.
po, ma'am.
Actually, in your lesson class, the one posted in LMS, somehow complicated yung nandun. So I make it a point to make it simpler for you to understand it well. Okay, so maybe it's about time to have a practice exercise. Okay, you try to compute this one, class. Okay, wait. Okay, so number one, these are the given. Okay, we have the risk-free rate of 5%, beta of 0.89, expected market return of 10%. So what we are looking for is the return on assets. Okay? Please do it. And then tell me sino ang unang makakasagot. So what's the RA for number one, class? Sino natapos? Who's done? What's the RA for number one?
Ma'am, is it
9.40.
99%?
Come again.
The RA, ma'am, is 9.45.
Very good. 9.45%. Okay? So take note of that, class, ha? Okay? Paano natin ginawa? Okay? So 5% plus 0.89 times 5%. Okay? 5% came from 10 minus 5%. Okay, next. Okay. Reserve your answer in 1, ha, and number 2 kasi later on we try to compute the present value. Okay, so for number 2, RF is 4.5, beta is 0.95, RM is 9.5. Okay. Still, we are looking for the expected return on asset. Okay. How much is the expected return on asset?
Ma'am, 9.25.
9 point
25.
Try again, darling. Try again. Too high. That's too high.
Ma'am, 9.25.
Sure, 9.25. Try again.
Ma'am, 7.25.
No. So here it is, class, oh. As you can see in my PowerPoint. So 4.5 plus 0.95 multiply to difference of 9.5 and 4.5. So that will give you 4.975. Okay. So you got, for number 1, you got 9.45%. And for number 2, you get 4.975. Okay, now class. Okay, what I want you to do is determine the cash flow. Okay, so you substitute the 1,000 earlier, class, with 2,000, and our period is 3 years. Okay, so CAPM for problem 1 is equals to 9.45, and then CAPM for problem 2 natin in our example exercise is 4.975. So what I want you to do is compute for the present value. Okay, present value of these two class, ha? CAP M1 and CAP M2. Okay. So, first thing first, convert nyo muna yung sagot natin sa number 1, which is 9.45. So, convert that into decimal. No? That will give you how much? 0.0945. Okay? Plus 1 equals 1.0945. So, multiply it to the number of periods, 3 years. So, multiply it by itself 3 times. Okay? Sakay nyo i-divide sa 2,000. Okay. So 1.0945 times 1.0945. Answer of that, multiply again ng 1.0945. Then, the product, no, divide it to 1,000. Sino na ang nakakuha? May sagot na kayo, class?
1,752.
1,000.
752, ma'am.
Lower, darling. Lower. 1,000.
1,525.40.
Very good. That's the answer. 1,525.40.